So we have someone to meet us as soon as we are arriving. And hi, Aisha.
My name is Aisha. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to Alif, the Mobility Pavilion. We're taking you on a journey through the past, present, and future of mobility. Are you ready?
Okay, of course. So we're going to enter in now, and I've heard that there is the world's highest elevating platform in here.
It's one of the world's largest moving platforms. Yes. We'll go through here.
Okay.
Saruk al-Hadid, which is the archaeological site where the ring that inspired the logo for Expo was found. So we pass through here while we wait for the moving platform. If you look up, you will see the 5 al-Khamsa horses.
Okay, so I'm just gonna look up to the ceiling, and Aisha's just told us that we have these horses up here. How many of these are there, Aisha?
They are the al-Khamsa horses. So that's the 5 pure Arabic horses strains that we have.
Okay, and so behind. Okay, so Aisha, could you quickly just tell me something about Al-Kindi?
So Al-Kindi is known as the father of Arab philosophy. He was a very, very prominent figure in the House of Wisdom. This is what started the scientific mobility of its time. So as you can see, he's reading a manuscript on optics. This is a manuscript that he wrote, and he's looking onto Baghdad city. Translating a lot of texts from Greek and Syriac, and this place, so the House of Wisdom, was like LinkedIn, if you will, where a lot of scholars and a lot of progressive thought scientists came together and shared ideas. So we know that mobility is not physical mobility only, it's also mobility of the mind and creativity as well.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to have a glance down to this floor. Okay. So Aisha's going to help me out because it's quite dark in here. So we're going to glance down at this floor. Okay, so what's the significance of this design? Is there a particular reason for this design on the floor?
This is called the Fibonacci sequence, or also the golden rule. The Fibonacci sequence exists in nature, in music, flowers, snakes, designs around us.
Okay, amazing. So what did anybody at home, let me know what your thoughts are on this floor as well. Aisha's just told a bit about it. And someone's just asked, is that the star chart on the ceiling? Oh, so let's just quickly gaze up to the ceiling.
Yes, there is. So Al-Kindi was very famous for his astronomical abilities as well. So astronomy, astrology, and if you look at the floor, there's also the astrological calendar with numbers from 1 to 30 and the horoscope.
So we're just going to glance over here as well, and we have a window. Okay, and this, I believe, if we can shed, yes, a little bit of light. It's quite dark for us to see, but this is a window out to the city of Baghdad.
Yes, 9th century city of Baghdad. This is one of the first planned cities of its time, circular, if you see. You have the palace in the center, and Al-Kindi from the House of Wisdom is overlooking the city of Baghdad.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's make our way through to the next section. So anybody, also just a reminder as well, if you have any questions for Aisha, get them in for me. Someone just said it's very cool. That's good to know. Okay, so as we make our way down,
on the right you see a bas-relief sculpture of mobility milestones through the time, right from when we started wearing shoes up to where we have started to conquer space. On your left,
so let's just just have a little bit closer look at this. So this obviously looks like it's telling maybe a story
of human progress through mobility. So way back in the past, as you can see, there were no shoes. People stayed where they were born. There wasn't much exploration. But over a period of time, because there was creativity and ideas that were being exchanged and things that were being explored, new things, new ideas, we see human progress.
Okay.
Right from shoes.
Okay, so we have something very eye-catching over here.
So these are our three giants of exploration. We start with Al-Bakri, who was the explorer of the mind. We have Ibn Battuta, who was the explorer of land. Then we also have Ibn Majid, who was considered the lion of the sea, or the navigator of seas.
Okay, well, so let me just get a little bit closer, because these are actually giants. I don't know if everybody at home can realise how big that these characters are. Yes, Jess, so someone at home said that the giants are so real looking. They really are very realistic. Okay, let's travel a bit further round. So I also see, Aisha, a globe. So what is this in the centre?
So the three giants of mobility are explaining their stories in Arabic. For those of our visitors who wouldn't be able to understand the language, there's a pictorial description on the map table here. So for example, now Ibn Majid is explaining about how he navigated the seas, what were his challenges, and then you'd see it visually represented on the table here as well.
Oh, amazing. So somebody at home said how big are the sculptures? As before you
10
said
meters?
10 meters.
Yeah.
So yes, Aisha looks tiny next to them, somebody has said.
Thank you for calling me tiny!
Okay, so now we've answered the question of how big they are. We're just going to travel on through a little bit further. And as you can see, the whole way that we're traveling through this section of the pavilion, as you can see as we walk through this pavilion, this mural on the wall continues the way along. And as Aisha spoke about before, it's gone through history, and we see our astronauts here. Did everyone spot those astronauts? And we also have another question, Aisha, just before we depart. It's someone's asked, is it true these giants were made WETA?
Yes, Weta Workshop. So they're the same New Zealand phenomenon that created Avatar, that did Godzilla, Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow!
So all the hyperrealism that you saw there, they're the makers of all our sculptures in mobility.
Wow, they're very good blockbuster films to be associated with.
Yes.
Okay, so we're into our next section. Okay, so I think I know what this may be. I spot our diver, and then we have our diver ahead of us, and then I think, is that our pearl?
Yes, that's the pearl.
Okay, so just one of the things, many things of heritage of the UAE that we do.
The UAE has a very rich pearl diving heritage or culture, and as you can see, they were very basic when it came to the way they dived for pearls. It was quite life-threatening as well. If you look at the pearl here that he's reaching towards, it shows the progress of the Dubai fleet from 1920 to 1971.
So we have our giant pearl ahead of us.
Yes.
Wow, so we're basically under the sea right now.
So if you look here, this is the Dubai fleet from 1920. As you can see the progress of the Dubai fleet.
Tap, tap, tap. And there we have another one. Does anybody know what that is? I know. Let me know if you know what this is. I've yet to visit it. No, someone got the first one right, maybe. And then the second one, anyone know what this is? Is that right, Aisha? Trains and hearts. You were right for the first one. Amazing. And does anybody know what happened when I drew the hearts? What building that was? Let me know. The frame, exactly. I've yet to visit the frame. I still want to. And it's transformed.
Our global network shows the world in amazing new ways. Our physical and digital world are
Okay, wow. So just look at this, everybody. Where we are about to enter now. So I came from very historic
access to remote healthcare,
beginning.
news from everywhere, or family farmers serving global markets. Networks coordinate.
Aisha, so what is this exactly that we're looking at?
So this is the world's largest projection globe. What you see in front of you is symbolic of the physical world, where goods, people are being moved around the globe. As we proceed further, you will see that the physical world and the virtual world are ever so closely knit now. So if we proceed here, you'll see how we have artificial intelligence, virtual reality now taking over.
Okay, so we have a lot of things happening on the left. Let's go a little bit closer to one of them. So what do we find on these?
On these, you find snippets of information when it comes to the movement of goods, the movement of people, how artificial intelligence is assisting us now, how we don't need to physically move anymore. We can sit in front of our computer, in front of our devices, and we can have all this information brought to us instead of us going to the information.
Okay, amazing. And I'm going to pick one more for us to have a look at. So what is this one here?
So here it just gives an idea about modern day human migration growth. So over 200 nationalities are currently residing in the UAE. We never have thought, as we looked earlier, sand, and now we have such a rich and diverse community in the UAE.
Okay, so I'm going to pan back just to have a look at this huge, magnificent exhibit we have in front of us. What are all the screens representing?
So it's just different pieces of technology. Let's say one to represent a laptop, touch screen device, or smartphone. Just how we've gone from part of the Emirates mission to Mars. It's approximately 80% the size of the actual home probe that was sent into space last year and started to orbit Mars February this year.
So I did speak a little bit about Mars. So this is orbiting Mars now?
Yes, as we speak, yes, since the 9th of February this year.
So I'm just going to ask people at home, so obviously everything's space, and I'm just going to ask everyone, what would you want to do in space? So answer this question, and it's hashtag A, spacewalk, hashtag B, build a city on Mars, hashtag C, study science on the ISS, or hashtag D, meet an alien. So all those options seem great, so get your votes in. I want to know what you would want to do in space. Let me know. So as you answer that question, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer to our satellite replica. And you should also tell me, you touched a little bit on the Mars mission. What exactly is this UAE's mission with Mars?
So what the probe basically is going to do is it's going to measure the weather, the climate, the structure of Mars as well. We know now that our plan or our future goal in the next 100 years is to colonize Mars. So this is just on an information gathering mission.
Okay, so we just want to look around the other side of this satellite as well. I'm sorry, continue for us, Aisha.
So what the probe does is it takes high resolution images of Mars. It also measures the climate, checks what sort of atmosphere the atmosphere of Mars is in the long-term goal of someday us colonizing Mars.
Oh wow, that's big expectations, and I expect no less. Really. So we have an answer to our question, and the winner is hashtag D, meet an alien.
Meet an alien on the surface of Mars. Why not?
Why not, exactly? And what is an alien? That's another question. Okay, so yes, somebody said, I guess we're mostly a little nuts and want to meet an alien. Sorry, most people. Okay, so what is this? I think it looks like a control room.
Yes, it is. It's actually the UAE Space Agency, the MBRIC, or the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. This is a simulation of the control room when the home probe was sent to Mars. So as you can see in the front here, there's just the information with regards to the home probe feed. In the future, we hope to have a live feed from the home probe displayed here.
Okay, fascinating. Okay, so let's carry on through. And I see planets, I see a bit of a solar system displayed on our walls here.
So on both sides of the walls here, as you pass through to the next section, you'll see information about Mars in comparison to Earth. So how long is one day on Mars equivalent to how long on Earth, what the atmosphere is like, how far it is from the sun. So there's just a lot of information about Mars that we have on the walls on either side.
Okay, amazing. Okay, let's venture on through. So, is this going to tell us more about Mars? Is this also to do with Mars?
Yes, it is, in fact. So the UAE in 2024 should have set up Mars Science City by Academic City in Dubai. So Mars Science City is where scientists from around the world, including scientists from the UAE, will run the experiments, share ideas, share thoughts, simulate life on Mars to see if we can inhabit Mars in the future. So this is the plan for the UAE in the future, Mars Science City. Here we have a fictional character called Maryam, who's a researcher, talking to her children. This is in the future, Shamsa and Saeed, her two children. She's talking about the research and the experiments that are being conducted at Mars Science City. And they're telling her that they're running a competition called the City of the Future, where the City of the Future is going to be created by children and the ideas of children, which is what we focus on in our next
Okay, so we
section.
had a question earlier that I quickly want to answer. Somebody asked, how long is a day on Mars?
How long is a day on Mars? It's 24 hours and 39 minutes and 35 seconds, if I've got that right.
Okay, so it's just 39 minutes longer than us.
A little bit longer, yes.
Okay, interesting. Okay, let's go straight through then. So I think we're going to explore more of the future. We really have travelled through time now.
the future, and it looks at the possibilities that the city of the future could have. So far, we always try to match our needs and requirements to the needs and requirements of the city. In the future, based on the ideas that we've had from children, maybe the city can match our requirements, whether it's buildings that move vertically, whether it's drones that check happiness levels of the people that inhabit that city. So it will be a lot more interactive in terms of not just us, but also technology that works for us. So,
okay, so city of the future.